You're gonna need to turn it up. Oh wow, that's really old. Okay.
Felix the Cat is the fantastical breakthrough creation of the Pat Sullivan Studio and the first cartoon character ever created specifically for animated films. Debuting in 1919, Felix quickly won worldwide acclaim, breaking ground as the first licensed and mass merchandise character, thus becoming the debut cartoon superstar. With almost 200 shorts to his name by the end of the 1920s, Felix fell out of audience favour with the arrival of a slew of revolutionary sound and colour characters, and found himself struggling to reclaim his title. With numerous reboots launching over the decades to varying degrees of success, it's a struggle he still faces today. In 2019, Felix the Cat turns 100 years old, and to celebrate, I will trace his entire evolution from 1919 to now. To do so, we will look at the character's history and the changes in his design, personality, and stylistic approach, prevalent across a century of shorts, television series, and feature films. In this edition of Cartoon Evolution. In the early 1900s, animation as we know it began to take shape. While many of the earliest films were highly experimental, animated film series starring cartoon characters began to take the art form in exciting new directions. In 1913, cartoon short series starring the likes of Mutt and Jeff and Crazy Cat became wildly popular with audiences, while the innovative efforts of the Fleischer Studio with their long-running series Out of the Inkwell, debuting in 1918, captivated the world. Originally, theatres would play cartoons on a bill, often known as a magazine, alongside a newsreel and other short subjects, preceding a feature film or two. When major studios in Hollywood realised the growing thirst for cartoons, with some audiences showing up specifically for them, they scrambled for animation houses who could produce shorts to be played alongside their films. One such animation studio that arose in this period was that of 30-year-old Australian cartoonist Pat Sullivan. With only sporadic work in Australia, Sullivan had spent more than 5 years travelling in search of employment, spending much of his time destitute. He landed many odd jobs in London, but later moved to New York to further his prospects. There he found work as an assistant newspaper cartoonist and later as an artist at Raoul Barré's pioneering cartoon studio. Sullivan would be let go from Barré's after only a few months for reported general incompetence and unsatisfactory work. However, in his short time there, Sullivan saw the growing interest in animated shorts firsthand and felt he'd learned enough to go it alone. Animation historian Michael Barrier suggests it was Universal Studios co-founder and treasurer Pat Powers who coaxed Sullivan into opening his own studio sometime between 1915 and 1916, considering he almost immediately won a contract with him. Sullivan began producing a series of cartoons starring a young African-American child named Sammy Johnson, based on popular comic strip character Sambo, and by 1917 was producing a series featuring one of the biggest movie stars of the era, Charlie Chaplin. Among Sullivan's rapidly formed studio team was an artist in his mid-20s named Otto Messmer, who had caught Sullivan's attention after developing a character